So I got some books back from CGC. It was an 8-book pre-screen. It's pretty heavy. So I think we got quite a few books. Maybe all of them? Maybe 7? Not sure, but it's definitely not 3 or 4. It's quite a few, but let me go ahead and we'll just open it up, pull them out one by one so you can see which ones I got the 9.8. There's some cool books in here. There's some Batman, some Transformers, some Daredevil. Let's see what came back the 9.8. Okay, I got it open down here. I'm just going to randomly pull from the box. First one. See what we got here. Transformers number 3, another 9.8 copy. This one I bought in packs of 3. I've talked about this in past videos. I bought 13 lots of 1, 2, and 3, all first prints. Got a really good deal on them. He cut me actually $20 or $25 off each lot for buying them in bulk like that. Now, knowing what I know now, I should have bought a whole bunch more. I should have bought all 50 lots or whatever. It would have been a lot of money at about 150, 60 bucks each. But well worth the investment because just getting the 9.8 and one of the 2s or the 3s pretty much pays for the lot, and then you're pretty much free rolling on the other 2 books, and one of them is a Transformers number 1. So I've been doing very well so far. Now, this I think is my 3rd 9.8 for a number 3, and I don't know that I have any more 3s. This was a pretty stingy issue for some reason, which is fine with me. I'd rather have the number 1s be the nicer issues, which was the case. And the number 2s, obviously, it makes sense that they were nicer because they're sandwiched. You know, you have number 1 on front, number 3 on the back, number 2 in the middle. Of course, it's going to be generally in better condition being in a pack of 3. So let's see what else we got here. All right. Daredevil number 227. This is a newsstand, which adds quite a bit of value, as you know, to Copper Age books, especially those in that mid-80s, because it starts transitioning to where there's a lot more directs. But newsstands, as you know, are generally not as in good a condition on average as directs are, starting at about 1981, 1982, because people that bought books on the newsstands were generally not as likely to be collectors as people that bought directs from the comic shop, which the comic shops were starting to become more and more prevalent and available to people during that period of time. So I did very well on this book. But we'll take a 9.8. I just absolutely love that blue cover right there with the kingpin on it there. Okay, let's go again. Looks like there's still quite a few books in there. Let's see what we got right here. Okay, another Daredevil, number 229, another newsstand. I'm looking for newsstands in high grade whenever I can. This one I also paid $18 for. And this one has a tremendous amount of value in a 9.8, a surprising amount of value. I think it's just because of this black cover right here. It is extremely hard to get the 9.8, especially at a newsstand with this black spine right here. But I saw this one online and that's $18 after shipping, taxes, and everything. So I got an amazing deal on this to get the 9.8. Now that I'm starting to clean and press more for profit and less for just the books that I collected as a kid, you know, I'm finding books like this in that Frank Miller range. You can still get those for a fairly low price, but they sell for a tremendous amount in a 9.8. So it takes a lot of looking. I probably looked at 200 books before I found this one, but it was well worth the time spent searching for it. So yeah, let's see what else we got in here. Okay, got another one. Okay, so each one of these is worth about 1,500 bucks, and I paid, what's 13 times 160, 170 bucks? I don't know. I paid between 2,000 and 2,200 probably for all the lots. 2 of these Transformers books pays for probably the books, all of the books, all 40 something, all the CGC fees, everything. So having these 2 9.8s just paid for everything. Everything on top of that will be pure profit. So, like I said, I wish I had bought a lot more of those lots. Interesting story. The guy said that he bought these, the box. He bought a box of the 3-packs in the 80s. I don't remember why he said he bought it, but I guess maybe as an investment. But he got an entire box. I don't know how many is in a box. 50 lots, 100 lots. I have no idea. But he just let them sit around in storage since the 80s. He brought them out, sold them for 160. He was listing them for about 189 or something like that. And I cut him a deal. He cut me a deal on buying several lots. But it was an unknown quantity. I bought a few. They looked pretty good, but not great. So I bought a bunch more, and they looked even better. Then he was sold out. So I kind of missed the boat a little bit, but still very, very happy because it took me forever just to get one 9.8 in a Transformers #1. There's kind of a haze on this. Not sure what that is. Yeah, there's some kind of weird haze on here. I thought it was just condensation or something from maybe the AC hitting it in here, but yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Whether that'll clean off or not. That might be scuffs all over the top of that. That might be just crazy scuffed up. Maybe not showing up on camera. But that's a little bit irritating. I know I can clean that up with Polywatch, but that's a pretty big area to have to clean up. I hate resubmitting books for mechanical errors or whatever, so I probably will just Polywatch it and see if I can clean it up. Although it is kind of crappy that this got through. Of course, I guess it could have happened during shipping, books rubbing against each other, but I mean, they went back to the old bags. The newer bags were thicker, and you're supposedly having trouble. This book had, look at this bag. What are these weird spots all over this bag? I don't have any idea what that is, but it looks similar. What is that? There's a similar substance on the slab itself. I don't have any idea what that is. That is really weird. I think it was just this one bag, but look at that. What is that? It looks kind of like fingerprints. I'll have to look at it in better lighting off camera, but that's really weird. Okay, so we'll move on to the next book here. But very, very glad that one of the books I got back was a Transformers #1. That kind of just getting 3 of the 13 is beyond my wildest expectations because keeping one, selling the rest, that type of thing. So doing very well on these submissions. Okay, one more. All right, this is a really cool book. First Jason Todd, and a very hard book to get in a 9.8 because of the dark colors on the spine. It's also got a red or orange back, which, overall it's just very tough to get this in a 9.8, I think. Therefore, it has a lot of value, and this is actually a newsstand as well. Once again, I look for the newsstands. Now, this book I look for in non-newsstands as well. I just happened to find this one in a newsstand. So this one, I paid $55 for. This is a pretty big key, and but it was an obvious 9.8. I mean, this is a 9.85. This is probably the nicest book in the whole batch as far as defects go. There's like absolutely no spine ticks on this book. This book is tremendous. It's just one of those 9.8s you look for. And I got quite a bit of value in the 9.8. So very, very, very cool. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. How many we have? Ooh, looks like we have 2. So let's see what these 2 are. Another Batman. $3.79. This one isn't any kind of key or anything, but I found it for a really good price. I think the 3 Batmen that I submitted came together. Actually, no. Okay, what it was is I bought $3.80, and this one came with $3.80, and I actually paid $6 for the 2 books. Crazy, crazy. Now this one is the least valuable of the 2, and I hope I got the other one, which was $3.80 in a 9.8, because that one is worth a ton of money in a 9.8. But we'll be happy to get this one. It's probably worth about $100, $125 in a 9.8 direct copy. But yeah, it was so nice I just had to submit it along with the other one. Unfortunately, this was the nicer of the 2 books that came in the lot, but the other one still has a good possibility of getting that 9.8. So let's see what the last book is. Okay, here we go. Okay, it is the 380. That, my friends, is a cool book. Very, very hard to get in a 9.8, and I mean, we've got 9.8 copies of this selling for upwards of $500 last time I checked. But yeah, this one was a stretch book. It was probably the least nice of the whole batch, and but it still got the 9.8. And when I say least nice, it was a borderline 9.6, 9.8. The one book that did not get the 9.8 is another Transformers 1. So that's okay. I mean, 1 out of 2, we'll take that every single time. But it actually was just as nice as the other number 1, so not sure why it didn't get the 9.8. Probably have to resubmit that one. Because I think all 8 of these books except this one were hands down 9.8s. This is the only one that was questionable that I thought might be a 9.6. But we got the 9.8, so I think I can confidently just resubmit the number 1, the Transformers number 1, get the 9.8 on that, and then we're good to go. So if I was going to get one, even though the Transformers 1 is worth more money, this one would be harder to get the 9.8 on a resubmit. So, you know, thinking long term, it's better to get the 380 and a 9.8 right now. So yeah, 7 out of 8. That is nothing to shake a stick at. That is pretty darn amazing. I did very well on this submission. I've got another 8 book pre-screen coming back soon. I'll do an unboxing of that as well soon. I know we probably enjoy the ones where it's not a pre-screen. You know, it's better, I think, or more entertaining anyway, to not know what the grade's going to be and then you reveal it and all that stuff. I'm still going to have quite a few of those. I'm working on some pretty big books right now. I've got a Amazing Spider-Man 129 I'm working on, so I'm assuming I'll be doing a video on that very soon. It's over there in the press right now. So stay nerdy, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.